cats stop.
Anyway, this episode is about animals, so why not have that intro in there?
Right. So, welcome back to Thinks It Bright. The animals are running around our house right now. We have the two cats.
Two cats.
Really attacking each other. Are they attacking each other?
No, they're playing. It's Basil and Parsley. Right. I wanted animals that had some kind of food related. You know.
I'm not even.
Do you hear him?
I'm not
That's
even
Basil.
going to edit them out of this episode.
No, you shouldn't. So anyway, this episode is going to be about animal personalities, animal traits.
This was actually an episode upon request.
Yes.
People talk about how cats don't have personalities, and
or
dogs
or
don't have
whatever.
personalities
Yeah.
or whatever. I disagree. I feel like every type of animal has a personality. And I feel like if you're the owner of that animal, they have a different type of personality. Like a mongoose. Like everybody owns a mongoose, right? Look, see?
So a mongoose
See,
has a personality. So what do you think a mongoose's personality is?
I really don't think that a mongoose has a personality. But
I actually think that every animal has personality. I'm a big animal lover, I guess I would say. I can't see animals, and it doesn't matter what animal it is. I will stop for a squirrel, which you always tell me.
tree rats. I mean, if they jump in front of the car,
They're
they're
animals.
stupid.
They're precious little babies. Like, I'm not
Survival of
gonna
the
run them
fittest.
over. Like, I don't like possums, but
I'm not gonna speed
like
up to hit it. But
I'm not gonna run over a possum just because I don't like them. I'm not gonna run over a raccoon. They're all cute in their own ways.
Well, of course, I'm not gonna speed up to hit the thing.
But you tell me not to brake for them.
What if they're stupid enough to jump in front of the car?
But sometimes they're like scared. They don't know. Maybe they just came. Maybe they're like it's their first time on the road. They don't know. They look at it and they see this huge thing. Like, guess what? Squirrels were here before we were.
Maybe it's your first time on the road and you've never dealt with a squirrel jumping in front of the car
Here
before.
we go.
I mean,
Anyway.
really, that's.
But I feel
probably
as
what it
though,
is.
like, especially domesticated animals, they have such a personality. I think they become you in like a certain way.
Wow, so they're really cool animals.
No, they are.
You think-
They actually are.
Because they become me.
No, but I'm saying, like, you know how people say, "Oh, look at your dog. They look like you."
bothering me.
What?
This thing it looks like I have a big giant earring hanging.
No, but like, you know, some people say, "Oh, like your dog looks like you," or whatever. Like when you have your dog for so long, like in the family.
Right.
Did you ever hear of that?
I have, and I never understood that either.
But they actually do start to look like a person,
But
or the person starts
I'm
to
gonna
look like a dog.
say, if the dogs that I've owned never looked
But you
like a
never
person.
really, you only owned one dog your whole entire life.
1.5. I gave one to my sister, but yeah, no, 1.5. No, they never really looked like a person. Who says that? Seriously.
They do. If you look it up, it's actually proven. Like people that have had their dogs for a long time, they kind of start to look like each other. You've never seen that?
What do you people think? What do you think?
It's true.
Do you think? Anyway, I gotta argue that cats, and I hear this all the time, that cats have no personality.
But you were not a cat person
I
when
was
met
not.
you.
When I met you, you were the cat person. I was the dog person.
No. My whole life, I've been just
Oh,
an
you
animal.
always loved you love dogs, animals in general.
Yeah, everything.
But when I met you, I was not a cat person at all. And I agree, dogs definitely have personality.
Oh my God, yeah.
But you cannot tell me a cat does not have
No,
personality.
they do. They totally do. So when I was growing up, I had dogs my whole entire life. I had 4 dogs, because our last one, he was a little older, and but his name was Rudy, and he was like the best dog ever. But I had dogs. We couldn't have cats because my mom was allergic to cats. So she tried to bring a cat home, but we just couldn't keep it because her allergies were out of control. But so I know the dog aspect of the love and the affection that they give you, like the time, like they look at you differently than a cat. The cat does. I don't know if you've ever noticed that.
No, I've noticed that.
Like a cat kind of looks at you like, you're petting me because I want you to pet me.
See, now they look at you like that. When they look at me, they're like, if I was a human, I want to be like him. I mean, it's just...
No.
Just what I see.
Anyway, our cats are awesome cats. We had my first cat, Melina, she was awesome.
Named after a Mortal Kombat character, which is
the only
amazing.
reason we did get rid of her is I got pregnant and I had my daughter, and she was being very vicious, and we tried everything possible to try to accommodate her, but she was not having it. So I ended up going to a humane society, but they actually got her adopted right away because she was a young cat, and she was nice, and she was a lovey cat, but we tried all the aspects of keeping her comfortable and doing everything that she was just not having it.
That right there is personality. You
just wasn't
can't
having
tell
it.
me that's not a personality right there.
But at the same time, we also had our male cat, named Clark, and he was a little younger, but he was the best cat. I mean, not that she wasn't, but she was just not made to be with children. Like, that was just not her thing. She didn't want to be around kids. He loved Lana. Oh my God, our daughter. He was like protective of her.
Yeah.
He, every night, I'm not gonna lie, ever since we moved into a newer house before he passed, he would go up the steps, check on the kids, come back down the steps. Like, he would.
Was
the best cat.
Like, he was there all the time for everything.
Yeah. We have pictures of them, like, laying together. Like, the two kids and him, like, just laying there. Like, cuddling, whatever the case may be. He was always around those kids.
He was also the cat that, like, I would come home from work, and it would be a full day. And that cat, I would sit down on that couch. Mm-hmm. That cat would come right up, and he would sit on my lap, and he would just be like... You know, I mean, short of saying "I love you," that cat just sat there and, you know, he loved.
And he was a foodie cat.
But I mean, it's me, so why wouldn't he love me?
Anyway, he was a foodie cat too. He was always in the kitchen with me.
Bacon.
Always. I mean, it didn't matter. It didn't matter if I was cooking raw. If I was cooking caramelized onions, meat. I mean, whatever I was cooking, he was always in the kitchen with me. Now I have 2 new cats that are still babies. One's a year and one's a year and a half. They come in here and there, but they don't really care. Like, they're whatever, you know.
All over the place. I don't think they even...
I don't know.
There's one sitting, like, right here.
Yeah, like, they're... I guess they're a typical cat. They eat, you know, a little bit here and there. Like, Clark would gobble up his food. Like, he loved food.
I guess the basic thing that we're trying to get at is cats have personalities. No matter what anybody says, they do.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
dogs definitely have personalities because they're... I mean, it goes with the whole man's best friend thing. Mm-hmm. But cats are a whole
Cats are the
different
same
thing.
way too. I think it's just an animal thing. I think, like, when you're sick, like, your animal will stay next to you. They love you. They want to be next to you. But I've even heard about birds.
It goes beyond... Well, we used to breed birds, okay? And it goes beyond cats and dogs. I feel like birds, they were unique in their own way. I mean, there were certain birds that we would breed that would come and literally perch themselves on your arm. Mm-hmm. You know, and you could sit there and talk to them, and they would chirp back.
Right.
And we're talking about zebra finches, which their brains are about as small.
But they're so cute.
They're like this small.
But they did. They had their own little personalities because you could see some were brave, and they would do certain things, and some of them are not. You know, I still believe that with fish, too.
Right.
I know people don't say things about fish, but I think animals have personalities. But anyway, it's going to be short. This is just a quick little thing talking about...
We basically want to know what your experience is with
animals.
Pet personalities.
Like, with your animals.
Doesn't need to be necessarily a pet. But I mean, I've seen deer in the wild that react a certain way.
But how do people know what they're like?
Well, I mean,
obviously they have a personality, but how do you know what their personalities are? A domesticated animal, you know, because they're living with you, right?
You would think.
Like, I know that Basil's a very whiny baby cat. Like, he wants love constantly. Now, Parsley, on the other hand, he's very independent. He loves to eat. Not as much as Clark used to, but he loves to eat. Like, as soon as I put food down, he'll run. Like, if I put water down, like, he wants to be the first one. You don't have privacy with that cat, because if you go to the bathroom, he's right in there with you.
Here's prime example.
He follows you everywhere.
He was not like that when we got him.
Right.
Parsley came from a home that was overrun with way too many pets.
Yeah.
And the person that took this home, felt like they were doing all these pets such a great service.
They were fostering all these animals.
It was crap
Yeah.
for these pets. And
he
this cat
he was in bad shape.
It was such a clutter. It was so gross, the house that he came from. And this cat, he came in here, he would not talk to anybody.
Yeah.
He wouldn't come near anybody. He just hid in the corner, and I'm like, why did we even get this thing? You know?
But who did it?
She did. And we treated him right. And this cat now, every time I sit down on the couch, I can go, Parsley, come here. And he will come. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes.
Yeah, they're all
You
running.
can hear him. He comes right up.
I'm
sits on my
if
lap.
I can have animals, like
it's all about what the owner shows them.
this is
Basil. He's such a good cat.
He's such a baby.
He's not very smart.
He wants so much love. He's like, let me down. I want to go play with my brother.
But that cat, right there,
oh my God,
personality.
He's way
He's
too
afraid
baby.
of everything.
He's such a baby. He's a chicken.
Mama's boy.
He's such a chicken. So in the morning
Fish,
when I wake up, he'll lay on me like here and like pat my face. I think there's a lot of people out there actually. Some of my followers.
This is a bad intro though.
No, I feel there's a lot of my followers that are out there that have cats that have the same same situation where in the morning they're in your face, like they're like here.
Goose.
You are a dog owner, so you know for a fact dogs are number one with personality. You can call them and fetch or whatever, they do that. But cats do the same exact thing too, if you're willing. If they have that personality.
But look at
if
horses.
They have that
we've
personality.
known people that have owned farms and
horses
and breed horses and stuff like that.
Some of them have
and they
bad tempers.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, other than cats and dogs and birds and fish don't have personalities.
Yes, they do. Fish
Look,
have personalities.
I'm sorry.
Fish have personalities because you know why? Some of them you can see come out more. They're more courageous. And if you guys have to talk about your animal, I would love to hear people talk about their animals.
I definitely want to hear about their animals.
I feel like a lot of people have little dogs, big cats, fat cats, little cats, birds,
dogs and cats, fish,
parakeets,
horse,
whatever the case may
sheep.
be. Let us know. We would love to hear them. And I would love for people to hit us up with different...
What about your bats and spiders and snakes? I hear snakes have amazing personalities. I really want to know about this because I'm terrified of snakes and spiders. But people that I know have pet snakes and spiders.
Anyway, hit us up on the next topic. We would love to hear your suggestions.
And hit us up on this topic too.
Comment below.
Like.
Subscribe.
Share with your friends.
Cheers.
Cheers.